All right. The guys her song, the most beautiful,
the 100
most charismatic,
right?
most
I just want to get a little bit of origin story for the audience. So you actually found this, got involved in this through, from what I read, a personal kind of like a weird tragedy.
Oh, with me?
Yeah.
It wasn't really like, it wasn't a tragedy.
No, but it was like a chaotic moment for you.
Yeah, it was a real kind of pivotal moment in my life where I had moved to LA. I did not save enough money. I did not do the adult things that you should do before you move to another country. I was
following your dreams.
I was following my dreams. And I ran out of money. I had my credit card skimmed, I guess, like identity theft. So the bank said it would take like 80 days to get the money back, and so I really literally had nothing. and yeah, I heard about this show, and they had heard about me, and they'd seen a tape that I'd done for this completely different film, and they liked me enough to just offer me the role of Clark. So just as I was packing my bags to go home to Australia and start bartending again, I ended up doing the pilot of The 100, and the rest is history.
So instead of going to Australia, they just flew to Vancouver.
They flew to Vancouver.
Well, how did you find out about the show?
I just auditioned for it. Yeah. I saved my money.
You were older, more wise.
No, it was kind of, back when there was pilot season. So that's all changed now with streamers, but like there was so many shows going on. And this is one that I actually really liked. Sometimes you do some auditions that you're like, I don't really like this. But this one was one that I really enjoyed it, and like actually read the whole pilot, and when they like killed Jasper at the end, I was like, oh wow, what is this? Oh, the pilot. You haven't seen the pilot, but you haven't really
We should have asked who's not seen the show and said spoilers will be happening.
Yeah.
That's on me, that's my fault.
But yeah, like it was, I quite the opposite from Eliza. Went through about 6, maybe 7 auditions.
What?
Yeah.
Wasn't that many?
Yeah, like I had a tape, then in the room, then producer, then maybe 5, studio, network.
Wow.
Yeah. And I had met maybe like 15 different clubs, 15 different fans, so many different octavians, but no other Bellamy's.
It was destined to be.
I did fly in one actor from New York for the last round, so that was interesting.
Just probably just as scary, just to like.
I wasn't scared, mate.
Like, I got this.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a different experience. And I think when they asked if I wanted to take the Finn, and I think if I actually take the Finn, I probably would be in the show. Like I was the first cast in the show, and I think the reason they cast Bellamy kind of separate was because he was an outlier from all the other delinquents as well. So I didn't necessarily have to match up too much with anyone else, other than Octavia. But so I think if I was in the Finn category, I might have actually been a bit too old to be one of the delinquents. No, I still play a teenager. So what?
We joke about that all the time. We're like, we can still play teenagers, right?
Yeah. 16 to 40.
That's a good range.
Yeah. I'm pretty versatile.
Riverdale, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Is it still on?
I don't know, it's done.
Bring it back.
Bring it back.
Riverdale too.
Yeah, but I've started auditioning for the dads now, so that's like I'm into the new phase. days. It's weird, teenage dads. Who would have thought?
There was an MTV show. MTV was an old network. I think the audience really wants to talk, so let's open up to the audience.
Yeah, feel free to ask.
So, hey, Brendan, you got a question? Oh, there we go, right in the back here. Hey, I think there's a mic over there. You want to go?
I think I can hear you. But I mean, it's up to you. You can do the more.
Actually, what I'll do, I'll go in the back. I'll run the mic.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Moderator.
Yeah, that's good. What's going on in the other room?
Yeah, it's very noisy.
Yeah, it sounds real fun.
Well, it's recorded, so I can't walk it around.
Ah.
Here's a story for you guys. We came in on the red eye last night,
Oh my goodness.
and we were all just about to fall asleep.
I was asleep.
We were asleep, and then the guy sitting behind Eliza, just like it sounded like he was about to die. He was like, oh, and then just rained out vomit all everywhere. Everyone got up except Eliza was still asleep.
Yeah. Projectile vomit behind me. Yeah. I don't think so. I was wearing my hood on because I was like trying to sleep. And so if it got me, I didn't know about it. But that movie was getting washed.
Yeah.
It was really dramatic. It was a dramatic vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, you had a question.
Top dramatic bomb.
Where the show, I watched it many times this season going on. Where in the show, or why did you shift at the very end or whatever from basically on the side of Clark to an accolade for Gabby? I mean, what focus the person that
Yeah, look, I wouldn't say that he was, like, I mean, yes, for what it looks like he's a disciple of Cadogan, but I think his experience in the cave with his mother was more that he's an advocate for transcendence. So, the way that I felt about it was that when Bellamy was in the cave and we saw his mother, it was the first time, in the time that we've known him, that he's actually had peace and calm, and that's what he's trying to promote to the rest of his family, really, like, everyone else, everyone in the 100. It's like, yeah, there is a way for us to stop fighting within ourselves, fighting with each other. And yeah, he falls under the shepherd, but the shepherd is just a pathway to transcendence. So for me, when I was performing it, it's not like I will do whatever Cadogan says. It's more like I will do whatever it takes for people to understand transcendence. So, and I think I've said this to a couple of you guys already. Bellamy did a lot of questionable things, but as a performer, I have to act as his lawyer, basically, and understand why, and then defend those actions and then make them truthful. So the only way that I could find it wasn't like I'm a sheep following Cadogan, rather I'm a vehicle or a vessel to teach people about inner peace and harmony and transcendence. And it turns out that Bellamy was right once again. I haven't answered the question. I can understand that you're frustrated by it.
Other questions? Right here. By the way, I'm reaching to help.
Okay, if Ballard can happen, although I think Eliza's much better. If Ballard can happen, and I'm not talking season 6 and the 10th that disappeared, what season would you have gotten together and how would you each have liked for you to have gotten together?
Well, see, unlike Bob, I was excited about it happening in season 1.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is nice. I love, and it made sense to me. But somebody wasn't interested in that.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically written for episode 8.
Yeah.
And it's season 1.
Yeah, we were supposed to hold hands.
And he was supposed to say, let's run away together.
Yeah.
But it didn't. Because this stubborn actor refused to play it.
He wouldn't go
And then refused to play along for years. And then when he finally went, yeah, okay, it's right. Then the writer said, nah, just kidding. Wow.
In answer to your question, Shauna, I would say, like, I would have liked it to have happened when it was first written. I think that would have been. I'm just so curious.
It would have changed the.
It would have changed so much about the show.
Yeah, the show in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my reluctance to it happening was that I thought they were better as opposing forces. I didn't really want to get me as an actor didn't want to get trapped in a love triangle, you know, and yeah, I guess I was selfish in that way.
No,
But how? No, not even. Guys, look at that. 4, 5, 7 seasons of everyone just wanting.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Genius.
You did that.
But yeah, it was written, it seemed to be written in season 1, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't like a done deal. It was just alluded to. So who knows? Maybe it wouldn't have happened there if you just held my hand. We would know.
Yeah, no, the moment in the when the competition had to shoot a gun, that wasn't scripted. That was where I said, I will give you guys a moment of him having feelings and then going, well, I'm going to do this, instead of holding her hand in the tree.
All this bargaining, it's just a handle.
No, it's not. No, it's a gateway into bigger romance.
I'm not big a romance on him anyway. We have a baby.
You're confusing the characters for me. This happens all the time.
But it's just like, it's Bella, no, Bob.
Yeah, I do it all the time. Oh, sorry.
Other questions?
That'd be odd.
Who was y'all's favorite antagonist that Mark and Melanie had to deal with? Was it Allie? Was it the Mountain Man? Or was it Lena when she was still, the Grammys were still at war with everybody?
I did not like Allie.
I don't think anybody was scared of her.
I did.
I did like,
I don't think so.
I like Dante.
Dante was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that, and like, and that was like Mount Weather. Like, I really kind of, I mean, during that time when it was coming out, and we would do conventions and meet people, everyone was like so mad at Dr. Sting, and I just thought it was really interesting that the people in Mount Weather are basically all aligned with us on the Earth, and if you were from Mount Weather, Dr. Sting would be a hero, you know. So I just liked that, like, if you just shifted your perspective just one little bit, you know, we're much more like Mount Weather people than we are Spike. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he was, I also loved work.
I liked watching him work,
Yeah, he was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to echo you on that one. Yeah, Dante was awesome. He was a good big bad, but he wasn't actually all that, which is what I liked about him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the case for most of that big bads, you know. And even for, like, Bellamy, like, this kind of being the villain within the delinquents, is that, no, it's like just a matter of perspective, really. Yeah.
Question right there?
So I watched this show, she was watching it, walked in, and I heard scene was a trial scene, and I just want to know, what was probably the hardest scene for you guys?
What scene?
What scene was it?
Oh, yeah. I think that one's called Die or Die Merrily or something, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only know that because I watched it recently.
You did?
Yeah, Charmaine.
Oh, yeah, she mentioned it again. Oh.
I mean, there's been a lot of them that are quite gross. one that for me personally, actually, they're all personal ones and my experience. But torturing Lincoln, that shooting those scenes took about 3 days. And it was just, I mean, I felt horrible for Ricky, for one. And jealous because he had great abs. But, you know, torturing someone and putting yourself into that headspace day after day. And that drop sheet was actually pretty small. And yeah, that was intense. And one other one that really disturbed me was when we were at Luna's brig, and they're in effect waterboarding her. And the thing about that is to shoot that and to perform that, you got to kind of do that. And it was horrible, like seeing the stunty go through that. Like,
Yeah, there's
that's
no real way to fake that stunt. Like, it takes a really brave stunt.
yeah, she was. And
She was.
And every safety precaution was followed.
Yeah,
But even just witnessing that
yeah, that was crazy.
and knowing the global implications of that
Yeah.
is very disturbing for me.
Yeah.
For anyone, I imagine. So yeah, Kane getting crucified. Who cares? He is an idiot.
Where is he? He should be, yeah.
He's in Hawaii.
Of course he is. For me, I kind of love all the prosthetics. So like there was one that was so awesome and gross. Where I mean, there was the pumping Rhiannon's heart. What was her name on the show? Ontari, thank you.
God, that was a crazy scene, that one where Richard's doing that. We're doing a fight sequence.
Yeah.
Trust me, if you forget something, they know.
Yeah.
You just have to say like that one.
That was amazing. They basically had Rhiannon like underneath, like the bed was actually a hollow box, and she could stick her head up, and then the rest of her was a prosthetic body with this open chest.
Yeah, that rib.
Rib, yeah, this rib openers.
Which they actually
it was so real. It was nuts. And then, yeah, like Richard was just getting in there.
Actually, that reminds, like, you know, like when I was in Melbourne and they were cleaning me up for my big debut, that thing where they put the pill injector in my mouth, it has to like go all the way in, and then that was pretty horrible.
Yeah.
But the other thing that our makeup team were really good at, like, I remember, like, maybe in season 1, like, Richard getting his nails torn off.
Oh, yeah, episode 9 or 10. Yeah, that was, God, that was gross. That was so real.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, and I also had a great, sorry, I'm just going to bang on about this stuff because I love
Because
it.
there's some amazing effects. We had a great team.
Yeah, and I had a scene in season, I think it was the beginning of season 5, where Maddie leads me into a bear trap. Not very nice. And I had to like sew up my own leg, and I had to actually do with needle and thread, like sew up the prosthetic. And it was like they had a blood pump in there, so it was oozing blood. It was just like, this is crazy that this is my job. It's like, it's so gross, but also awesome. Anyway, love it.
More questions. Over here.
Whose decision was it to make Murphy just live through everything?
The we love Murphy. It wasn't mine. Was it yours?
No. I stopped a lot, but that was... No, I think Richard's just so talented at doing those kind of things that like we're writing it for you. You would find that the writers will see where you kind of excel and then go, let's start going go down that pathway. So yeah.
Yeah, and Richard was always just like, bring it on.
He's down for
whatever
anything,
it is, I want to do it. And yeah, they went, okay.
Let's do it.
Other questions?
What was the biggest adjustment you had? I mean, it sounds like you were starting out. So, what's the biggest challenge or adjustment you had to do going from starting out to now being famous, getting used to all that?
Yeah, I think social media was a big adjustment for me. I did not know what I was in for. I didn't like just having that direct access and getting that instant feedback the way that you do, for better or worse, on social media was something that I really had to work on, because I would read the comments. You shouldn't do that. Just FYI. And there'd be stuff about my appearance, horrible things, and then about my performance, and then about my personal life, which I was like, whoa. So that we both actually, after we got married, we had to do like a bit of a technology detox, didn't we? To kind of and set some very clear boundaries. I am not going to do this to myself today. I am not going to read these things, because if I don't read them, they don't exist in my real world, in my day-to-day life.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with that. And I think, it's true for most people on social media. It can be a very toxic place to be. It's just that, when you're in the public eye, it's just kind of exponentially wild, and it seems like it's actually really important. And I think as time's gone on, for me at least, and I hope for a lot of people, it's realising that social media is real life. But there was a real push, especially in the beginning, to be on it, to be promoting the show, to be live tweeting. And for the first year, maybe two, it was fun. We'd get around and have a good time with it. And then, it just got pretty nasty out there. And it took up a lot of space in my head, which, I'm glad to reclaim and have my own thoughts. Because, I have 1,000 different thoughts. And then you add in the internet, and you're like, you get very confused. So I think that's the trickiest part.
It is. It's true.
It was anyway.
I think that probably is true for everybody navigating social media, whether you're on telly or not. But I enjoy it again. I have a really healthy relationship with it. It only took 10 years, but I figured it out. And I enjoy it.
Yeah, and also conventions. Conventions and stuff like that. That has been a real shift and something that I never thought that I'd experience. And, it's just been such a wonderful thing. There's a lot of amazing things that have come out of it, but to echo your point, social media is one of the more troubling aspects. Not just of being famous, but I just think of our society. But that's another topic.
That's a different panel.
Yeah.
Well, they just give you a loaded gun and was like, here, go training, enjoy. And we're
I didn't have anything before the show, and they're like, what's your handle? What's this? And I remember the first day we were doing promos for the show, they're like, this is your thing now, this is your blah blah.
Yeah, we got
okay, well, what do I do with this?
Yeah.
And so
I know, it's wild. Yeah, they should probably train people.
yeah, definitely.
They just go, here's your access to the world, right?
And here's the world's access to you.
Again.
So, and you need to be active on it. You need to do this.
Bless you.
Oh,
yeah.
Right here.
First of all, I was more of Alexis, and
Oh, no, that's fine.
Oh, my God.
my question is, towards the end, do you think that the shepherd would have passed the test if Clark didn't murder him?
Oh, if Clark hadn't murdered him, she was probably in the shot. Yeah.
Oh, the shepherd.
Oh, the shepherd. Oh, he had. Right. I don't know.
I don't know what was the test.
No, I didn't let him.
You didn't let him take the test?
Yeah. I need to rewatch because I'm remembering it differently. You've seen it 4 times through?
Yeah.
That's 400 episodes, guys. That's amazing.
I recently learned that Katie was given special medicine to make him alive again. Is this true?
Well, I mean, she never came back because they tried to kill the flame after the Maddie and John
So he would come back after he died, right? So in effect, like Bellamy could have had some special medicine, and he's just insane on his own, and we could do like a spin-off of Bellamy. That's what we did.
I would love that. I would love to watch that show.
And him trying to keep his white clothes white, just doing his
It's
laundry.
just him doing his laundry.
Well, that's what he is, a janitor. He loves cleaning.
That did not answer your question at all.
Would the show pass the test? I don't know. I don't know. Like, I think if things hung around long enough and Bellamy's connection to his mother in Transcendence, I think Bellamy might have become the actual shepherd over Cadigan, who was a false god, a false prophet, a golden cow, if you will. Bellamy is the true savior.
I can definitely see it going on.
He would have passed the test.
Yeah?
Cadigan, not so much.
No,
No.
not Cadigan.
There was a question over here somewhere. Right there.
What's your favorite TV show slash movie?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay, so, we just watched The Gentleman on Netflix, which was awesome. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which we freaking loved. We also, guys, there was a show called Peripheral. That was so good. It was
Yeah,
on
she
Amazon.
was in it. And Eli
Morley was in it, and we loved it, and it's been cancelled, and we are so devastated. I'm not over it. I'm like, it was so good.
Thanks for bringing it up.
I'm sorry. I know, it's really, it's a tough one, isn't it? So yeah, really, if you haven't seen it,
yeah. Because I texted the tutor and I was like, hey, it's so good, is it coming back? I was like, they cancelled it. And I was like, that sucks. But we did start watching Loki again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're like, because we're watching it before Henry, is that right?
yeah, we watched the first season before we had Henry.
And then we're like, oh, we've got Disney again, let's go and check it out. And we're about 3 episodes in, and then one night I was just like, I don't know what's going on in Loki. And you're like, me neither.
You have no idea.
Yeah, but we don't remember this first season.
I don't remember it at all. Like, I'm amazed at how little we retained.
I know. Maybe we both watched it, like, yeah, and then later we both went,
Well, I mean, you're parents now, so that knowledge and transferred to your son. So
Yeah.
that's
oh,
why
he
I-
knows?
Okay, so
He knows?
He
You
knows.
should ask Henry. You should know.
Aw.
Say, oh, it's this.
Yeah.
Over here.
How close were you to your like other castmates? Did you all like still talk and stuff? Like I saw like you all had a reunion recently, and I thought that was like really cool to see you all together again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like conventions is one of those ways that we stay in touch. Like, we all live in different parts and areas, and we're kind of in parent land now. So, like,
Yeah, we're like, if you want to come over and hang out
you want
with
to go between the hours of 9 and 12, and then maybe from like 2 to 5, and we go to bed at like 7, so. So yeah, no one's really hanging out with us anymore. No, but
We love seeing those guys.
Yeah,
at
it's
conventions
quite
and, like,
yeah,
they're family, you know? Like, we spent 7 years together.
yeah,
Just all like living within very close proximity of each other in Vancouver, spending weekends together, all of our weekdays together for years. It's like, we were definitely a dysfunctional family by the end. I think we were all like, I need a break from you now.
yeah,
And now we've all come back together and it's really nice.
yeah.
Question over here.
What kind of hobbies do you
Bob plays guitar. I'll just answer for you. And do I have a hobby anymore?
I mean, you've got into running.
I really love running, but I don't know if that's a hobby.
You play Townville quite a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Townville? Farmtown?
Town.
What is it called?
Township.
Township.
That is actually my hobby. I meant to do it. I play it
Eliza's also addicted to children's playgrounds. She's like, she loves that.
I love
Her
it.
and Henry just go nuts.
Yeah.
And I sit there and have a panic attack, worried about them falling off
You know
stuff.
those like big indoor playgrounds? Like I never got to go to those as a kid and always wanted to. Like I always wanted the Chuck E. Cheese birthday, you know, like not that we had that in Australia, but something adjacent to that. And now I have a 2-year-old, I get to go on all the equipment and it's so much fun. I love it.
Yeah, it's funny. I know you asked about hobbies. Sidetrack.
That is a hobby, I would say.
But I just think it's funny that I thought, I'll be like getting their dad and like let's do all this stuff. But actually we get to like kids playing equipment and I just kind of freeze and go, I don't want to do that. Whereas it was into it. But yeah, I rock climb, that's kind of my main thing that I do outside of parenting and life.
Yeah, I go down lots of big slides.
Yeah.
What season or episode do you guys realize the love is real?
Oh, with
Outside.
I've realized now with a little bit of time and distance and perspective, I think I was in love with him from like season 2, I want to say, pretty early on, and I was in complete denial. Yeah, it's hey. Yeah,
Mine's like it's a big season.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I would say that it was in me from like nearly the beginning.
Yeah, it was in the before I
No, it
knew.
wasn't. You didn't. No.
No, I mean, there was always an affinity. We were like, especially even in pilot, because we were both in Australia as the first American show, we kind of formed a fast friendship where it's like we're a team.
Yeah.
All these shows through, we do everything.
What did we say? We just kill it every day.
Kill it
It's
every
one of the
day.
first conversations we had.
We have to go out there and kill it
Have to
every
kill it every
day.
day.
Just bring it every day.
Yeah.
But I think, in truth, season 6 was probably one of the hardest ones for me. I had a knee injury, and it was kind of like, I was overworked, and I was supposed to have like 3 months of rehab, and that didn't happen. And one of the only advocates for me to take a break, and someone who stood up for me was Eliza, where no one else was actually caring about that. And we were trying to get the show done in time, and Eliza, being in a position where she's number 1, was able to stand up and go, no, this isn't right. And that was really dawned on me that she actually really cared about me, and I really cared about her. And I think that's something that she did. I know, it's like being smart, like, yeah, that's right, I did that. But yeah, that was a kind of a shift of perspective, and I needed someone who was actually looking out for me. And I don't think I felt that way, or I have felt that way a lot, ever. Wow. Feels good to go down, hey guys. Hey, you did that. This guy. You did that.
Over here. So, speaking of co-stars, who do you, besides each other, obviously, which co-stars do you guys think you have had sort of like the best time being around and acting with? Who are your favorites, I guess, to have this scene?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I feel like I'm just picking Australians, but I love working with Alicia. Well, Aussies have I don't know. It's just.
Well, Alicia also, I think, kind of came from the same, like she was working quite young in Australia as
We have a
well.
lot in common.
Yeah, like we know a lot of the same people.
Yeah, it's just like a built-in ease is the word I'm looking for. But we were really tight with Richard. I love working with him, doing things with him, just because of that whole like down for whatever, and he's there for you, you know.
Yeah.
He's just there, he's like, whatever you need from me, can I do more?
Yeah,
Like, that's
it's like that. Any actor that's like generous and willing to work together, that's when it's the most exciting. But there are actors that I just love being on set with, like Henry Kuzik. He was always like, I don't know.
They were children together.
Me and
They were children.
And it's the same actually, like with any British actors. It's like there's always like these jibes going on and just kind of funniness. It's not necessarily the best acting in the world that we do. We have fun. And also I loved it when Chris and Chelsea were on set. Yeah, they're always a funny duo. And then like Adina and Mike Beach and Isaiah, it's just kind of like you kind of for me anyway. It's like you sit back and you kind of learn how to act.
Yeah, and like watching them is a masterclass,
Yeah.
for sure.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh,
And you know who else is really funny? Who's here is AJ.
oh my god, AJ's here.
Yeah.
We have to go, sorry.
Yeah. He's a really funny
I
guy.
thought he was coming and I just remember now.
Yeah.
So
He's funny. Yeah.
he is hilarious. Go and see him at wherever he is, as I was doing.
Yeah, I think he
Who
played
did he play? Sinclair.
Sinclair, that's right.
Yeah.
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 Other question. We'll go here first.
Okay, so, like, do it, okay.
You're so.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. So, how do you feel like you're most like your characters, or are you completely the opposite person that you played?
I used to say I was the complete opposite of Clark. You know, I viewed her in the beginning, as I was getting to know her, I suppose. I viewed her as just so much braver than me and so like selfless and smart. And I really didn't think I was any of those things. So I didn't have the best opinion of myself. But now I think like I've learned a lot from her, or I think I'm a bit unkind to myself, but I think like I do share her resilience and strength and her care and compassion for others. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're much more of a leader than you thought you were.
Yeah.
I think you're growing into that, understanding that, stepping into your power. For me and Melanie, I think, I've always cared deeply about my family. That was kind of like, that was it, and that obviously translates into our new family. But beyond that, I think there's obviously parts of Bellamy that I tapped into like kind of a younger version of myself, kind of misunderstood and frustrated and angry. But yeah, I always found some of these choices to be questionable, and so yeah, that's like I was saying, like his lawyer is like finding out why he did it. So I didn't really relate to him in a lot of things, but I loved playing it. It was like cathartic and all. Yeah.
You haven't been able to figure out yet. Huntsville is really serious.
I love it.
It's what?
Lots of
Nerdy, yes.
Oh, the phone call that. Yeah, no, that's really came in. Seeing like little rockets and everything like that. Yeah, like I didn't know anything about Huntsville. Sorry, before I came here. But yeah, the more I'm discovering them, the more I quite like them.
I'm curious what it was like to experience the brain that how did that work? What were your interactions with the engineers to come up with like the radiation, the nuclear power stuff in the world?
Do
Yeah.
you know, it's interesting, when I was on, you're talking about like the specialists who work on the show?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how it worked at all.
Yeah, well, because when I did Quantum Leap recently, they had a physicist, because I was playing a physicist, come in and talk to us about what we, like the formula that he'd written for time travel, and we like got to learn about like how it is possible, but not in the way that we think it is, and like you don't step into a machine and go, but it's like, he was
breaking this down for me, and I was like, this is incredible. And I don't remember that happening on that.
Yeah, I mean, I know, and like you were constantly having to learn mathematical equations.
Yes, yeah, it's amazing.
I mean, in terms of the guidance that they had in the writers room and whatnot, I know that there was a couple of books. I read one book called Swallow the Test and recommended to read, which is very much kind of in that vein, and there was always books on singularity in his office. But beyond that, like, I didn't dip too much into that. The one thing that I liked about Bellamy was kind of like an analog character in a digital world. Like, if it's not working, then break it. So I kind of like, if I was Lindsay, for example, a bit more tech savvy, be like, well, how do I get my head around this? Whereas for me, as Bellamy, it's like, you don't have to just smash it.
Yeah. Actually, that's like, we did, when I had to do like medical stuff, we did have a doctor come in for that, sort of like showing me how,
It's you know what is funny is when you have the medical advisors come on set and they're like, yeah, actually, you do it like this and like that, and then the director will be like,
no, we're not doing that.
Yeah. It doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good on camera. Yeah, it's true, that would happen a lot. But yeah, I learned how to safely remove a knife from someone.
Did you?
Yeah. I don't think I remember, so let's not test that. But yeah, that stuff really fascinating.
Right, yeah, sorry to disappoint Huntsville. It wasn't that techy.
It wasn't that techy. No.
Well, sadly, I have to just disappoint Huntsville again. Our time is running short now. But you can ask your questions. You come see them at their table. They're happy to answer to everything. But give it up for.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm ready to get some clear.
Close to 3 points.
But yeah, I was at a convention once and right
complete nerve authority.